My name is Michael Henrichsen. I'm the rhythm guitar player and lead singer for Nite Wave, a local 80s new wave act. It's just such a unique, lovely place where you can see not only live music, but theater, live events, arts. I mean, there's literally everything, so many cultures being blended into one, which I think is just such a lovely, lovely thing that you don't get in many places. We've been incredibly fortunate to be reached out by Kirkland Performance Center as a part of their live streaming series that they've had during these COVID times to ensure that the artists have a place to play and perform and give fans content during these tough times. We feel very lucky that Kirkland Performance Center has really stepped up to the plate and been sort of the shining example of what to do during the pandemic, being able to do live shows shot in glorious high definition. You can see all the facets of my pores up close. But it's just another means for us to interact with our fans. I know for myself and for my band, we have friends and family that live outside the Puget Sound region. So to be able to reach them in corners of the United States and across the globe, to be honest, is very humbling, and we feel very lucky to be a part of that. So as soon as we got the call from Kirkland Performance Center and to be inside of a huge theater with the production value that only Kirkland Performance Center has been able to provide during this pandemic, it just opened up so many more avenues and doors. It becomes a much more watchable product, something we certainly are a lot more proud of to present to people. And even just being, there's a certain vibe about KPC that's just very unique that we haven't found at other venues. It's just a lot of fun to play in, and seeing now that we have people listening to us in Brazil and in Europe and in Australia, it's just incredible that when you put your content out on the web, like how many more people you're reaching, what you can kind of show the world your product as opposed to just performing exclusively in a club. People are incredibly thankful that places like KPC have lent their talents to put on these incredible live streams. It gives people something to look forward to when they're stuck at home.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Ann Johnson, and I am a broadcaster and a touring musician here in the Pacific Northwest. And before the pandemic, like right before the pandemic, the Kirkland Performance Center had me out to open for Mavis Staples as she was traveling in the region. So that was a very exciting thing to happen right before the whole world shut down. I'm often asked what it was like to be a blue-collar working musician during a pandemic where live performance completely disappears overnight. There was some serious feelings of despair. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There were some moments of just like, well, what do we do? It's very very heart-wrenching, because I love to perform, I love to sing, I love to be in communion both with other musicians and with a lovely and supportive audience. So to lose that place of peace and prayer and joy overnight, it was very, very stressful. But I'm very grateful for the opportunity to do live streaming events so I can reach my audience with support from companies like Kirkland Performance Center. We are able, us working musicians, to use live streaming as a tool to reach different portions of our audience. Creating a virtual footprint via social media, I mean, it's difficult. Everybody's trying to figure out how to do it. But with the support of partnerships with companies like Kirkland Performance Center and Loudswell and Emergency Bandcast System, I've been able to work with a lot of musicians that I otherwise wouldn't have gotten to work with, because when the world was open, we were all busy working on a Saturday night. But I could sometimes get some of my friends to come down and visit on a Tuesday and play music and jam. And it was really exciting during those times of getting a little bit of that spark of performance, live performance with others in the room. It was a very, very exciting time, and I look forward to doing more of that with Kirkland Performance Center in the future.